Welcome to a video example of play for the game The War, Europe 1939 to 1945. This example of play is of an amphibious assault, drawing inspiration from the example in the rulebook on page 25. The example will focus only on the amphibious assault naval operations and not address issues such as interception, counter-interception, air operations, or ground combat. The area of operation is Norway. In Kiel, the Germans have 2 fleets and 2 6.5 infantry units. With these forces, the challenge is to amphibious assault 4 different locations: Oslo, Bergen, Trondheim, and Narvik. While the assault locations are in 3 sea areas, they are 4 sea areas apart, from Oslo in the West Baltic Sea, through the Danish North Sea, to the Norwegian Sea, with both Bergen and Trondheim, and finally to Narvik in an off-map sea area north of the Norwegian Sea. Uncovered from deep within the military archives is a top-secret document that shows the original German plan for this challenge. The plan involves assembling 2 amphibious assault fleets, one with 3 infantry units and the other with a single infantry unit. The first fleet is named Task Force Red and has 3 amphibious assault target locations, located in 2 sea areas within a 3 sea area range: Oslo in the West Baltic Sea, Bergen in the Norwegian Sea, and Trondheim in the Norwegian Sea. Between the West Baltic Sea and the Norwegian Sea is the Danish North Sea. The second amphibious assault mission is named Task Force Yellow, with a single amphibious assault location, located in the Narvik off-map box, 1 sea area north of the Norwegian Sea. Troops are loaded onto the fleets. To create the units for the 4 amphibious assaults, each of the 2 6.5 infantry units breaks down into 2 2.5 infantry units and a single 1.5 infantry unit. At this moment, Kiel would be overstacked with 6 ground combat units, as the first-rate German army may have only 3 ground units in a single hex. However, temporary overstacking is allowed when ground units break down in preparation for an amphibious assault. This example assumes Denmark was previously conquered by Germany. This allows German naval movement through the Copenhagen Straits. Then, Task Force Red leaves Kiel and moves into the West Baltic Sea. According to the plan, Task Force Red consists of 1 fleet with 3 breakdown units, 2 2.5 infantry units, and 1 1.5 infantry unit. Remember, a fleet's transportation capacity is a single unit or its breakdown equivalent. Task Force Red continues to sail north and launches an amphibious assault against Oslo. As the actual combat does not occur until the ground combat phase, for illustrative purposes and as a mnemonic device, the invading unit is placed in an adjacent sea hex. The task force continues on its voyage, sailing through the Danish North Sea and into the Norwegian Sea. Upon reaching Bergen, the second unit launches its amphibious assault. The fleet continues to sail north within the Norwegian Sea, with the 3rd ground unit invading Trondheim. Note that all the amphibious assault locations are within 3 contiguous sea areas from the West Baltic through the Danish North Sea to the Norwegian Sea. During the subsequent ground combat phase, the fleet may provide shore bombardment support to each of the 3 amphibious assault locations. Now that Task Force Red has completed its mission, then Task Force Yellow begins its naval mission. Task Force Yellow sails from Kiel, which is a port located on 2 sea areas, the West Baltic Sea and the Danish North Sea. Task Force Yellow sails immediately into the Danish North Sea and turns north towards Norway. Task Force Yellow consists of a single fleet and a single breakdown ground unit, here a 1.5 infantry unit. Task Force Yellow sails north into the Norwegian Sea and then continues to sail north into the off-map box. The Narvik off-map box contains both a sea area and a land area, and here is where Task Force Yellow will launch its amphibious assault. Thus, the challenge is met. The War, Europe 1939 to 1945 is an Ernie Copley design produced by Compass Game and published in 2012. Thank you, and good night.